The number one reason why it's impossible for you to move in silence is because people see you. Actions speak louder than words. That's the old adage, right? Like what I do, what you put on, what you see, what you are, what you do is important, and people are going to see that. How are you going to move in silence when your actions speak louder than words? People are going to see the glow up. People are going to see the new you, the new attitude, the new frame of thought. This is not like that's not moving in silence. And when you succeed or when you have a goal to glow up, what's going to happen is your aura is going to change that. People are going to see that spiritually. People are going to want to know what you're doing differently. You're not going to move the same. It's impossible for you to move in silence when the first thing that's going to happen is you glowing up. Now, let's talk about that part of human curiosity, because as you glow up, it's impossible for you to move in silence because action speaks louder than words. Then people are curious about how you did it in the first place. People want to know, oh my gosh, how did you was able to elevate? How was you able to complete school? How was you able to do this, do that? People want to know what the secret sauce is. Now, you can tell them the secret sauce is me, but at the end of it all, it's still a secret sauce that people want to know. Your family's going to ask questions. Your friends are going to ask questions. Things are going to pop off as you continue to glow up, where it shows that it's impossible for you to move in silence. So you got your actions speaking louder than words, and then you have people asking questions. And let me tell you something, when you glow up never gatekeep. I've never met a beautiful human being who was glowing up and you asked for the directions of how to do something and they gate kept. If you got people like that, they ain't truly glowed up anyway. But that's, another story for another time. And that's another conversation about human nature. So next is community. The community is going to want to praise you, or some of them might want to hate on you. It just depends. But the community is going to want to tap into this newfound you. As a matter of fact, as you continue to glow up, you are going to find ways to be more part of your community, volunteering, looking at the people around you, wanting to better the environment around you. It's impossible to move in silence because you are going to want to put yourself out there to better the 3 feet in front of you. As I was told once, you don't have to change the world, but you can change the 3 feet in front of you. And that's what you are going to want to do. It's impossible for you to move in silence. The glow up happens. People going to look at you and tell that you're moving different. You are going to be more involved in your community. It is impossible for you to move in silence. Let's talk about the celebration, because I be getting on y'all about not celebrating your small wins. People going to see you celebrating. People going to see that smile on your face. People going to see you spending the ducats to make yourself happy. Whether your celebration is buying the house, buying the car, going on vacation, getting a new fit, going to dinner, just treating yourself to certain things, or treating yourself to certain things that shows an outwardly happiness about you, celebrating your goals and your achievements, whether it's that or whether you decide to invest more in yourself spiritually, which means you're meditating more, you're journaling, you are, what's the other one, y'all? Being more mindful. All of these things actually give your aura, your presence, an unmistakable smell of success. That's what it does. So it's impossible for you to move in silence if the smell of success is all over you. Good morning. Let's talk about you inspiring others as you get your glow up on. Moving in silence is impossible. Why? Because as you change, the people around you change. Your community changes. How you interact with the old and the new is different. people are going to see it. But most importantly, you are going to inspire others. I did a reading the other day about how your powers heal other people, why people are fearful of your spiritual influence. And when you go back and look at that, you see that the power that they fear is you healing other people from a place of love so that you can get them out of painful moments. And that's one thing about glowing up. That's one thing about not being able to move in silence. You're going to inspire others. People going to see that light in you. So if they see that light in you, how you moving in silence? When you glow in the room up before you even sit down, when people turn their heads and look at you before you even do anything else, you can't move in silence. Your presence is too big. Even if you somebody who is like the strong silent type, people still notice you. It's impossible for you to move in silence. Speaking of which, noticing, let's talk about the energy shift. Your energy shift is outrageous when you start succeeding, when you start working on yourself, when you do better, when you meet your goals, when you start getting more money, when you start just being more consistent in yourself and investing in yourself, time wise, emotional wise, spiritually. When you invest more within yourself, it is clear that you're not moving in silence. Your aura literally shifts. You repel certain people. You repel people who are fake. Okay, the fake behind bees. Okay, the big back brigade. Okay, the big back bum brigade is what you repel. And you could tell that they looking at you because you could feel they stank aura. Then you start attracting more people to your light that is also in light. So it's impossible for you to move in silence if the goal is to elevate and you want to attract better people in your circle. Because you know what they say, too many Urkels in your circle, that's why your wind's low. So it's impossible for you to move in silence if you are rotating, switching out, and being more intentional with who you gravitate to and who gravitates towards you and is in your circle. It's impossible for you to move in silence. Why? Visible change. They go and see it. They go and people going to ask questions. People going to see you active in the community. There's also going to be a celebration. People going to see you celebrating. How you going to celebrate and people ain't going to see it? It happens. Even if you think you're not even doing big stuff, they going to still be like, wait a minute, G, what's she doing over there? And they going to look and they going to sip their tea. Now, whether or not they ask you directly is one thing. Whether or not they probe is one thing. But the fact of the matter is the way that you move, the way that you go, the way that you grow, it's impossible for you to move in silence. I've watched so many videos here on YouTube that support moving in silence. And what they're speaking about is not saying anything, keeping it on the hush. But your aura, your spiritual, your glow up, your God energy is not going to stay silent. It's impossible. It's impossible. We're talking about an energy field. We're talking about you commanding attention because you have that juice about you. That's what I'm saying. So when the energy shifts, and people around you start shifting, you're going to start noticing who is really for you and who is really against you. I promise you, the light is going to shine, y'all. It's wild how it goes down. So please, 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 please know that, hey, please know that you cannot move in silence if the glow up is right there in front of your face and people can see it. Next, let's talk about the routine changes, because when you think you moving in silence and you really not, because the world going to see the glow up regardless. When you think you moving in silence, then you really not, because you celebrating your small wins, because people asking questions about how you did this, what's different about you. Girl, people going to ask, girl, what's different about you? How you do that? How can we get there? People going to start, they know. They know, they feel, they understand. They get it, but they don't get it. And I'm going to talk about what they don't get in a second. But the routine changes. How you bathe yourself, I'm telling you, how you cleanse yourself as you glow up is outrageous. You take more pride in how you cleanse yourself to get a base of who you are. You cleanse yourself way differently. The showers hit different. The spiritual baths hit different. Girl, I'm talking about the way you just put on your clothes and your lotion and your herbs, your oils, they just different. The glow up is real. So let's talk about the cleansing routine. Number one, that's going to show people you're not moving in silence. You smell different. Do y'all know that like your aura has a smell to it? Like you can smell nastiness a mile away if you keen to it, if you can put your senses to work. People gonna smell how sweet and fresh and floral and lovely you are. That's not silence. You can't move in silence like that when you lighten up the room with your aura fragrance. Girl, that's not moving in silence. The other routine is that you're going to stop going to places that you once frequented. You're going to stop going to places that you thought was popping off or was fun. You're going to start finding places where other people hang out annoying. You're not going to show up in those spaces anymore. Your energy isn't right for it. There's a huge shift when you start glowing up. And people are going to notice it. That's not moving in silence. It is impossible to move in silence when you glowing up. And when you watch the videos, they're going to talk about the tongue, the power of the tongue. And I 1,000,000,000% agree with everything those young men and women are saying about moving in silence. But the power of the tongue ain't the only thing that's present. The power of the tongue is not the only thing that gets things moving. The power of the tongue don't make you get up and do things differently. You can say you want to do it, but actually doing it is a whole nother trick. And that's why it's impossible to move in silence. The other thing with the routine change is that you're going to piss people off. People going to be mad. People going to be mad. They're going to be mad because they can't suck your energy anymore. The energy vampires are going to be upset because you will be way more intentional and weary. You're going to be spotting the energy vampires faster than they can spot your light. And when you decide to disengage with people who are near you that were sucking up your energy and you ain't even know it at the time because you wasn't glowing up, girl, they gonna see that. You're not moving in silence. You're being very clear, very intentional about where you are. And that's actually, that's some of the loudest movement you can make. Some of the loudest movement you can make, mermaid, is to back up, back away, move away, run away from people who are energy vampires that you just recognize were energy vampires because you done glowed up. It's impossible. People gonna see you running. People gonna see you move away. It's impossible to move in silence. Next, you're gonna allocate your resources differently. Oh my gosh, can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? You're welcome. Can we talk about you allocating your resources, your spiritual resources, your mental resources, your social resources, your financial resources? Can we talk about you allocating your precious resources differently, than you did before? You're not going to give people the time of day that you once did, especially people who ask you about the glow up process and all they want to do is siphon the information without doing anything. You know, people will come to you and ask you for advice just to suck up your energy, just to take up your time so that you don't do anything else and will never do anything with the sources and information that they give you. The whole point is for you to allocate your resource of time to say something. You're proud of yourself. You're proud of winning. You're proud of the successes. You're proud of the triumphs. You're proud of moving through pain and roadblocks. You're proud of all of that. So you want to say, like, this is what I encountered. This is what I do. This is what I did. Okay? That's what it's going to say. And people will want you to pour all of that love, that energy, that when you speak about winning, you're proud and you want other people to win too, because winners want other people to win, girl. I don't know who created this idea that winners don't want other people to get to the top, girl. Please. That is a whole nother beast that we're dealing with. But winners want other people to win. So when we see somebody that says, hey, yo, I want to win just like you, and we sit down and we give our precious resource of time to them, our precious resource of our voice to them, of how we figured it out, our problem solving skills, and they do nothing with it, oh, that's a waste of resources and it pisses you off. Let's talk about that. The other resource that you will find that you will allocate differently is your resource of listening to people's problems. Oh, you can't move in silence when people start recognizing that you are ignoring their phone calls, or you're straight up and down telling them, I'm no longer interested in this relationship anymore. It's no longer benefiting either one of us because you see me as a therapist and I'm trying to help you heal and you don't even want to do the work. Girl, the friendship therapist relationship is off the chain. And when you break that relationship off and that friend, that person that you called a friend, that you thought you were helping, the one that you gave your precious resource of your ear and your mind and your spiritual energy to, when you break off that relationship of the friend counselor situation, you're going to find they have nothing else to offer you. They have nothing else to offer you in exchange for your energy. Friendship is an exchange of energy. Okay? So you can't move in silence when you breaking off relationships that deplete you. Girl. So your resource allocation shows that you can't move in silence. It's impossible to move in silence. Impossible. And we got to start looking at silence in multiple ways, not just saying things out of your mouth. You got to look at silence as something that goes with your behavior, goes with your actions, goes with answering questions, how you give your energy and your space and your time to, how your routine changes. Like all of this is ingrained with you moving. And is not in silence. God is not going to give you these gifts. God is not going to bless you with these superpowers to change the world, the 3 feet in front of you, and make you quiet. That's not how that works at all. Hold on, y'all. That's not how that works at all. So we need to be cognizant and mindful that just because you ain't saying nothing don't mean that you moving in silence. All that means is that you're not saying nothing. That's it. Give it here and don't say nothing. That's what the root said. Give it here and don't say nothing. Yes, facts. My silence is loud. My silence is as loud as a bear in a church. Period. Girl, a bear in a church. Damn, scared me. The next thing that's going to show that you can't move in silence is your conversation going to change. You're going to start using language. See, because when you improve yourself, your lexicon becomes different than the people you was hanging out with once. Because you're hanging out with new people, because you're reading more books, because you're watching more elevated Taurus, because you're watching more uplifting topics online because you're digging yourself into some level of understanding and commitment to your growth. When you the word you use, now this is the power of the tongue. You're not saying your plans, you telling what's happening around you. And the language that you use is going to take people by surprise. You will find out that once you start moving in an upward way, people are not going to be able to keep up with your conversation. They really going to be lost. They're going to be lost in translation. You speak in the language that they speak, but your lexicon and how you process information is going to be way different, almost otherworldly. You're going to find that what you find interest in, I got friends who have completely different interests than I do. And because they're so interested, I'm interested in their interests. And I love learning from them. I might even dig into some of the subtopics of their interests because they like to learn about it. I want to connect with my friends. I want to connect with my family. And through what they love and what I love, that's how we build an unbreakable bond. And you'll find that people that you thought was down with you don't even want to do that anymore. Oh no, you speaking something I don't even understand. Oh no, girl, what are you even saying? Oh no, I'm not, I don't care about none of that, girl. I want to go out smoking drink. Girl, let's talk about it. Ooh, come through Most High. Girl, the negative behaviors ceasing. You meet people where all they want to do is toxic stuff to their bodies, where all they want to do is input things, food, alcohol, substances into their body to the point where they smell like the toxic things they putting in their body. Oh, that's not moving in silence. That's showing you exactly who they are. That's showing you exactly what's going on. So just like you moving in silence, you are elevating the collective consciousness. People can move in silence and lower the vibration of the collective consciousness or wherever they are. So when you stop participating in certain activities that destroys your body, those actions are not quiet. You can't move in silence. It's impossible. It's impossible. And then the final thing, y'all, it was not the final thing, but this is what I got written down. The final thing on why you can't move in silence is because you ain't no fake ass bitch. I mean, that's really the reason why you can't move in silence, because you're not a fake B. You're not a fake person. You can't pretend. Anybody walking around here pretending to be a shadow version of themselves. Nobody is out here pretending, trying to be darker than they are. People out here trying to really heal in real life. People trying to get away from these clowns that's not healing in real life. People really trying to move upward and onward like the Jeffersons in real life. You trying to move on up to the east side in real life. You ain't no fake person. Why are you behaving? Why are you going towards things? Why are you still in bull crap that does not support you in your level of journey? You're not fake. You can't do that. And there is no fine line here. You're either leveling up or you're not. You're either participating in the things that keep you low vibrational or you're not. It's like, which way is it? Which side is it? Which roundabout is it? What's happening here? You're not fake. If you're not fake and you changing, it's impossible for you to move in silence. That's the TED Talk. Shit. That's what it is. It's impossible for you to move in silence. And let's just review real quick, y'all, real quick, because the girls going to tell you, and I agree with them. I want to make it clear. I agree with the girls. I agree with the young men when they say moving in silence is going to protect you. You're not speaking to people about your hopes and your dreams. You're not getting any opinions or negative opinions. You're protecting your fear of failure, which we're going to unpack at a later date. You want to have the element of surprise because sometimes you want to pop out and show people. And also you want to be modest. You don't want to brag, girl. I say what you got to say, because if you ain't going to talk about your success, other people not either. And I say, tell me how you won so I can cheer you on. This is a place of celebration. And that's why I'm telling you it's impossible to move in silence, because the universe going to celebrate you. Universe not going to be quiet. God not going to be quiet as you out here doing the work. You doing your work, and you doing the work to impact your community, impact people around you, to heal people. Why God going to be quiet about that? You think he not going to give you blessings on top of blessings, racks on racks on racks? You think he not going to move mountains to make sure that what you want to manifest is going to happen if you out here doing the work? What they say, doing the work of the Lord? It's impossible to move in silence. God don't move in silence. We see what's going on. We see how people are blessed. How you moving in silence? When you doing the work, you got the outcome and you leveling up. You're not moving in silence. It's impossible. It's impossible. And that's why I'm here to tell you, I'm happy for you. I mean, keep on moving loudly. Be loud and be proud. Move in the most obnoxiously loud way. You ain't got to humble yourself for anybody. You don't got to silence yourself and keep yourself small for anybody. Why? What is that? As the kids say, period. Okay? Why? Move, be loud, be proud. Say what you got to say. Celebrate your wins. Be outrageous. You know what I love about prom? Okay, prom season is that you get to see how parents want to honor and celebrate their kids and get them fancy and dressed up. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's just prom. But girl, you just because you pass your prime don't mean that the parents and the kids can't celebrate something that's important to them at the moment. Okay? Celebrate. Be loud. You cannot move throughout this world in silence. It's impossible. God don't move in silence, and neither do you. Your actions speak louder than your words. Your flow speaks louder than your words. Your glow, girl, it's dark as crap in this room right now, and I'm still glow. The glow up is real. You can't move in silence. It's impossible. Just like I don't understand why y'all not liking this video. Like, it is impossible to move in silence. It's impossible. You too fly. You too real. You too beautiful. You're too blessed. You're too anointed. You're too spiritually in tune to move in silence. Your actions will literally show the world and the people around you that you that boss, that you are you what people desire. When they say people want to be you, like, that's real. That's real. People want to grab what you have. It's the unteachable. And what is unteachable, people can talk about it, but what's really unteachable is the discipline you have to love yourself. That's what it is. What's really unteachable is the fact that you care more about how you show up to the world rather than worrying about if there's going to be a failure. Of course there's going to be failure. Who don't fail? Of course it's going to be a failure. Who does not fail in this world? Let me do what Dr. Umar Johnson say the third time. Of course there's going to be failure. Who does not fail in this world? Well, what that mean? That means you if first you don't succeed. Like that's what it means. Touch yourself up and try again. I mean, what? That's what it means. It's okay. Failure don't mean it's the end. What it actually shows is that there's a visible change in you, that you tried something. And the first time it ain't work out, you're going to try it again. Girl, it's okay. It's okay. Now that I've gotten you to the point where you understand that it's impossible for you to move in silence because you can't move in silence, I'm going to close this out with a nice collective reading. I don't even know what's about to pop out and show y'all, but I know I done gave y'all my perspective already on why you can't move in silence. But let's look at what's most important to you. Let's see what's happening inside of you. The greatest love of all is the love of you. That's what Whitney had told us. She said, I found the greatest love of all inside of me. When you love yourself, how you moving in silence? People gonna be like, oh my gosh, they love themselves so much. Like, they love themselves so much. Look, intellectual, philosophical energy, adventurous energy, cutting off people who think they're going to penetrate your energy. That's what's important to you. What's important to you is your energy. Your energy is what's important. It's impossible for you to move in silence when the most important thing to you right now is cutting off of people who want to siphon your energy. How you moving in silence? And some of y'all so thick. Some of y'all are so deep into your spirituality and making sure people not crossing into a barrier. Y'all drawing y'all boundaries that I done seen some of y'all just straight up out the freaking mouth. I don't like you. Please don't speak to me anymore. I think it's best if this relationship ends. And I'd be like, damn. Like that? Yeah, it's like that. People ain't trying to go out here with all these shadows. People ain't trying to fight with other people's Other people got to be responsible for their own shadow work, just like y'all got to be responsible for liking this video because y'all really playing with my soul right now. People don't have to be responsible for other people's shadow work. People don't have to be responsible for the fact that you refuse to be disciplined. That's why I say it's impossible to move in silence, because your discipline is going to show, just like y'all want to like this video. And look, what I say, when you move and your actions speak louder than words, what happens? People are inspired by you. People admire you. They take consideration for you. And you know what? People, when you love on yourself so much, people actually going to move out of the way to support you. When you love yourself so much, people know that you have some room to love on them too. And it just be a moment in time. You ain't got to stay there forever. Some people just need a smile and a, hey, how you doing? And from a beautiful place. And that's what it is. That's what's important to you. Look, root chakra energy and moving on. I'm trying to tell you the most important thing is cutting off people who is siphoning your energy. That's the most important thing. And I love that for you. The fact that the root chakra located at the base of the spine. So this is coming from the work. You got to do the pull-ups, the push-ups, the good mornings, all this root chakra energy up in the leg area, the core. This your core. That means you got to build this up. How do you build up your spiritual core? You got to do the work. It's discipline. You relinquishing everybody's rights to you. And I love that. And there's a pattern going on here. There's a pattern that's going on here. And your pattern, divine bestie, you are in your divine higher energy right now. You vibrating so high right now that I'm surprised that people are even still coming to you, because girl, you on your monk. You are on your monk energy. You walking around on some you walking around here on some You're walking around here on some, yes, the vibrations are forever and always on the next level. Girl, you are loving this level of solitude. Just because you prefer solitude don't mean you lonely. What that means is that you carve out time for yourself to elevate and do what you need to do to recharge and connect and do whatever you got to do. And then when you're ready to pop out and show people, you call the people that you love, that support you. And I'm telling you, this exuberance, this Cancer energy, woo, it's strong. It's strong. And then check it, the higher knowledge. Oh, girl, so your whole purpose of being in a place of solitude, and let me tell you something about a place of solitude. Girl, you could be around 1 million people and still be in a place of solitude. Girl, you could be in a house full of people and still find a place of solitude. Huh? Can we unpack that at a later date, please, of how you can create a space of solitude and quietness, even when you're in a house full of people? I'm saying earbuds have been invented for a reason. And the way that these earbuds even roll these days, girl, you don't hear nothing. Nothing. Okay? You can even have it set up to where you listening to your lo-fi, hi-fi, middle-fi music, okay, birds chirping and whales on some Andre 3000 flute, and only a few people can contact you through your cell phone. Like, girl, the higher power, the higher knowledge is one thing. And silence is one thing. But to get into this higher knowledge, let me tell you something. Your perception, the way that you discern. That's why I say it's impossible to move in silent when your discernment has elevated. You're not playing games with anybody anymore. When I say you out here talking about, okay, I have found my way. When you are out here talking about some, may the force be with you and with you. Like, girl, ain't nobody playing. The pattern for you is that you understand where you got to detach and like this video and seek the wisdom of how to move next. You are expert at leveling up. You took everything that worked for you, everything that didn't work for you, and you turned your lessons into blessings. Gosh, I love that phrase. Love that phrase. You have a vision for yourself. Everybody ain't gonna see your vision. Who cares? Everybody's not meant to see your vision. Okay. It's gonna be people in your family, in your close bloodline that don't see your vision, and then let them move on happily. I'm telling you, the strategy, the blessings and well-being. Ooh, what card just flew over the rainbow? Look, endurance and determination. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's you pouring into you. That's how you can't move in silence. You can't move in silence when your discipline is on level 1,000,000. The Knight of Pentacles coming through, like, girl, and through the Five of Swords. No, you are not playing with people. You are not having conversations with people. You are letting people know if you can't get with this higher version of me, then you need to get on. Period. As the kids say, period. Okay? Girl, I don't know. And you know what? I'm getting this energy of somebody on the outside that's looking at you. Remember, I told you, as you move throughout the world and you elevate yourself, you want to inspire people. Look, the activation of activation of the divine in movement. When I say you want to inspire people, because you can't move in silence, you want to inspire people to elevate. God, I'm trying to told you, the movement, the change of place or position. You want to inspire people so much that you're going to change their position in the high courts. You're going to change their spiritual outlooks. You're going to change the way that they see sacred texts. You're going to change the way that they pray, that they do their spiritual rituals. That's what I'm saying. You want to change the way that y'all go in and like this video. Like the movement, the divine activation and movement is a whole nother level for you, divine bestie. And when somebody from the outside sees it in you, sees it for you, I'm telling you, I wouldn't even be surprised if this energy is someone who is younger than you, someone who is surrounded by complete nothingness, people who lack ambition, people who are in their own way, people who don't want to see other people succeed because they don't know how to have the discipline for themselves. I wouldn't be surprised if who is looking at you from the outside is someone who is younger than you, surrounded by straight trash, and they want to do better for themselves, okay? This person is going to ask you the very specific questions about how to move differently, especially when they are in a place of restriction. See, that's a specialty. when you are able to teach people how to love themselves, how to elevate when they are in a place of restriction, because it's not about what they can't do, it's about what they can do. And that's where you coming in. That's why you can't move in silence. How you move in silence when you teaching somebody about the limited options that they have to elevate, and they bet on themselves and move. When I move, you move, just like that. How? You can't move in silence. When your gift is to heal people, you can't move in silence when you got somebody that's younger wanting to see how they can elevate like you. I want to be like you. I want to be happy. What is that? How do I do that? There's no such thing as moving in silence. That's not how it works. It's impossible for you to move in silence, is what I'm telling you. And if anybody is saying otherwise, I don't know what to tell them. That means they're only looking at silence in one way. It's impossible for you to be divine and anointed and move in silence. Not when people can see your blessings. Not when people understand that how you move is divine. How does that work? It doesn't. And this divine activation with this movement, look, the magician and the ace of swords coming out, girl. So at any given point, you can pull out a part of anybody to show, to magnify how their powers can help themselves heal. I'm telling you, the theme of the week is your superpower to heal. Girl, the healing starts now. Oh, girl. Look, strength. Mary J. Blige said no more drama. That's another thing. You need to like this video. When you encounter drama, the way that you drop it is so it's unbelievable. I'm actually seeing y'all, divine, chosen ones. I'm actually seeing y'all. Oh, the train. Y'all heard that? That's the sign to keep this conversation going. Let me tell y'all something, divine bestie. When people come to you, I'm seeing y'all at this point coming. I hear you. I hear you. I'm going to say what I need to say. When people hear you coming, when people want to dump their energy on you with drama, I'm seeing y'all straight up and down say, I'm Mary J. It's no more drama. If you need help with what you're going through, I got a number to a therapist. Y'all referring people to therapists like y'all referring people to the dentist. Okay. Y'all referring people to therapists like y'all referring people to the dentist. And I love that for you. Because it's not your job to take on somebody else's trauma. I swear it's not. If it ain't your child's trauma, it ain't your own trauma, you ain't got to take on nobody else's trauma. Send them on to a therapist and let them figure it out for themselves. Okay? Let them figure it out for themselves. You ain't got to go through that. And I just love how this idea of moving in silence is so limited. And I got to break the divine ones from that mindset. You ain't never got to say nothing to anybody, but know that as you move, people going to see it. Know as you speak, people going to hear it. Know as you heal, people going to feel it. They going to see that your aura, your energy is different. They going to see you not hanging out at the same places with the same faces. Like the idea of moving in silence, we got to break that because you are literally unable. It is impossible to move in silence. You're just too divine for that. You're too real for that. You're too beautiful for that. When you see somebody who is beautiful to the eye walking down the street, that's not somebody moving in silence. That is somebody who is attracting attention. When somebody has a beautiful aura about them, I don't know about y'all, but I tell people when they have beautiful aura, you are really vibing high today. That's what I say. And you just say, oh, thank you so much, girl. You know, I'm feeling good. It's all about how you come with the energy. And girl, that's not moving in silence. I see you. I feel you. I see you, hear you, feel you. It's not moving in silence. It's impossible to move in silence. And that's why I'm going to pull a few more cards and then we're going to get out of here, okay? Girl, it's so impossible to move in silence. You can't do it. You cannot do it. Look, Knight of Swords with the Hermit. Knight of Swords with the Hermit. Didn't we just talk about being in isolation, being in loneliness? This is where the thinking happens. This is where the elevation happens. This is where the movement happens. And y'all know, y'all might not, and I say this every time, the Knight of Swords is my favorite card next to the Hierophant in the deck. Because the Knight of Swords don't give a damn. The Knight of Swords is finna tell you straight up, I will not only will I not be silenced, okay? Not only will I not be silenced, but anything that they think is going to latch on to me is getting cut. I'm cutting all cords. I'm cutting off all negativity. And people really be side-eyed nose that say, I don't want no more negativity. I don't want no more drama. When somebody say they don't want no more drama and they are doing what it takes to not have any more drama, then you need to respect the fact that they don't want any more drama, period. When I declared and decreed that I didn't want any more drama, I'm telling you, Most High acted swiftly. People just started removing themselves from my life. And I was like, damn, okay, that ain't silent. That ain't silent at all. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Ooh. Most High, please close out this conversation with something beautiful. Please, please, please. Come through, Most High, y'all. Drum roll, please. The absolute expansion of energy. The absolute expansion of energy. That is not silent. It's impossible for you, divine, for the chosen ones to move in silence when the expansion of your energy is absolute. This free from imperfection, but yet perfect. There is an absolution about your elevation. You are opening up the portals of communication and your desires. God don't move in silence, and he don't want you to move in silence either. You wake up and you say, thank you for waking me up another day on this planet. That ain't silent. That vibrates through the universe. That vibrates through the ancestral high courts. When you are at attention, so is your protection. Who cares that somebody else want to be kitchen witches and try to get on you and try to stop your dreams? Who's stopping who dream? Who's stopping who dream? What you think the only way that you're going to stop my dream is to talk negatively about me? Ooh. Pays them no dust. Pays them no dust. The absolute expansion of your energy. A fundamental entity of nature that is transferred between parts of a system, a usually positive force. That is not silent. It's not silent. That's the final word because Cass said so. Because the elevated Taurus spoke life into you today. Because the elevated Taurus loves you. Because the elevated Taurus woke up and made her coffee on time this morning. When you going to realize you effing magical. When you going to realize that the whole purpose of you being loud in your movement is for the absolute expansion of your energy. That is your purpose. What's the absolute expansion of your energy? That's what you going. That's what you going to do. That's what's going to happen. When I move, you move, just like that. That's what the universe is saying. And then if you fail, what's going to happen? Heck yeah, hey DJ, bring that back. Bring it back. I'm telling you, divine bestie. It's coming. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Bring it down. Let's bring it down, y'all. Bring it down. I love that. They didn't understand peace, so I had to show them. As kids say, period. They didn't understand peace, so you had to show them. Peace is not silence. Peace is not absolute silence. Peace is the expansion of your energy. Peace is making a choice of what you are engaging in. That's why I'm saying it's impossible to move in silence. Can't do it. Won't do it. Okay. Woo, y'all. Let me break it down. Let me break it down. Woo, y'all. My point is, you are so divinely blessed that it is impossible for you to move in silence. God don't move you in silence. God don't give you gifts so that you can hoard them to yourself. If God gave you a voice to speak to the people, speak to the people. If God gave you a voice to heal, heal. If he gave you the mindset to understand mathematics and problem solving, go ahead on and problem solve. Your gift ain't my gift. My gift ain't your gift. Don't mean we both moving in silence. What it means is that we have an opportunity to contribute to the collective consciousness of humanity. That when you walk down the street, somebody knows that you good. You know that they good. And that's what truly matters. I am so happy for you. If nobody gave you a place to celebrate yourself today, I'm giving you a space. If you've been moving in silence for so long that you haven't celebrated your life, this is the place to celebrate it. If you want to talk about your wins, this comment section is the place to talk about your wins. I blocks anyone that got something negative to say. That's the environment that you're in. A loving, healing one. Why? Because I believe it's impossible for God to bless you, to give you an anointing, and you're meant to move in silence. It's crazy. It's crazy. You're so beautiful. You're so loved. I love you. It's impossible for you to move in silence when you have been given a gift of being able to win in spite of what people were giving you to lose. And with that being said, the divine light in me honors and recognizes the divine light in you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Hey, namaste.